Welcome to Meghan and Harry Tales channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and show some love to Harry and Meghan. I am your host, Kelly. Let's dive right into the swirling vortex of drama that is the British royal family. We've seen a whirlwind of headlines recently, from the Sussexes' latest successful tour to the ongoing saga involving Prince William and Kate. But one story that has been grabbing the lion's share of the spotlight is King Charles's handling of Prince Andrew's situation and his seeming lack of action towards the Sussexes. Buckingham Palace, in an apparent bid to redirect attention from these ongoing issues, floated a story last weekend about Charles's decision to cut off Prince Andrew's private security. The palace seemed to believe that this move would be met with approval from the media. Instead, it was greeted with a collective, "Why so petty, Charles?" and a sense of bewilderment at his treatment of his own family members. This sentiment was echoed in a piece by Richard Eden of the Daily Mail, who suggested that Charles should redirect his energies from bullying Andrew to focusing on Prince Harry and Meghan. An interesting proposition, but one that opens a can of worms about the dynamics within the royal family. At the heart of these royal conundrums is a question that has been echoed in various forms. Why doesn't Charles set his sights on Harry and Meghan before they embark on another one of their so-called faux royal tours? The palace is seemingly already leaning on the media and attempting to impose their will on the Sussexes. But what exactly does Eden expect Charles to do about two independent adults, one of whom is American, travelling the globe and promoting charities and causes? As for Charles's fixation on evicting Andrew from Royal Lodge, the theories are many and varied. Could Camilla be the driving force? Unlikely. If Camilla were to find herself a widowed queen consort, she'd probably be more inclined to enjoy her gin straight from the bottle in the comfort of her own country home, Ray Mill. So, the question on everyone's lips is, why is Charles so damn petty? Why does he treat his family members this way? Now, let's delve into what the media has to say about all this. According to the Daily Mail, Richard Eden, a seasoned royal correspondent, has some strong opinions about King Charles's recent actions. He's been quite vocal in his criticism, and his latest piece is no exception. He argues that the king's ire is misdirected. Instead of focusing on his brother, Prince Andrew, Eden suggests that Charles should redirect his energy towards Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Eden's argument rests on the premise that the Sussexes are causing more harm to the monarchy than Prince Andrew. He paints a picture of Harry and Meghan embarking on successful tours and engaging in charity work, all while the palace is embroiled in scandal and controversy back home. He suggests that these tours, which he refers to as troublemaking faux royal tours, are a thorn in the side of the monarchy. So, what does he propose? Eden believes that Charles should be taking a tougher stance with the Sussexes. He argues that the king should be ordering them to cease their international travels and focus their energy closer to home. One might wonder, is this even possible? After all, Harry and Meghan are adults and one of them is an American citizen. Can Charles really impose his will on them? Eden also criticises Charles's approach to managing the fallout from the Southport stabbings and the subsequent white nationalist riots in England. He refers to the king's response as tone-deaf, suggesting that his inability to respond appropriately to these crises is indicative of a broader issue within the monarchy. In conclusion, Eden's perspective is clear. He believes that King Charles is mishandling the current royal affairs and needs to change his approach. He suggests that Charles's focus should be on reining in the Sussexes rather than ostracising Prince Andrew. So, according to Eden, the king ought to turn his sights on Harry and Meghan before they set off on yet another troublemaking faux royal tour. But what about the palace? What are they doing about all this? Well, let's dive right in. Buckingham Palace is not sitting idle amidst the whirlwind of royal drama. They are actively issuing talking points to the media, subtly attempting to mould public opinion and imposing themselves on the Sussexes. Behind the grandeur and the gleaming chandeliers, the palace is a hive of activity, buzzing with strategies and countermeasures. Now, you might wonder, why would the palace intervene? The answer lies in the delicate balance of public opinion that the monarchy rests upon. Every action by a royal member, no matter how innocuous, can tilt this balance. The palace's intervention is aimed at maintaining this equilibrium, ensuring that the monarchy remains in a favourable light, even when the members are tangled in controversies. But what does this intervention mean for the Sussexes? On one hand, it could mean increased scrutiny and pressure. The palace's influence on the media can shift narratives, painting the Sussexes' actions in a less than flattering light. On the other hand, it could also mean a chance for Harry and Meghan to redefine their roles in the public eye, stepping out of the shadow of the monarchy and establishing their own identity. However, this is a double-edged sword. The palace's intervention, while aimed at maintaining the monarchy's image, could potentially backfire. The Sussexes have a wide fan base and a strong public presence. Any perceived bullying or unfair treatment could lead to a public backlash against the palace, further complicating the royal drama. And what about King Charles? Is he supposed to order Harry and Meghan to stop their activities? Can he even do that? The reality is that Harry and Meghan are adults, free to make their own decisions. Charles might be the king, but he cannot control the lives of his family members, especially when they are on the other side of the Atlantic. It seems like the palace is in quite a predicament. The royal drama continues to unfold, with the palace caught in the middle, trying to navigate the stormy seas of public opinion. And what about the royal lodge? Why is Charles so focused on getting Andrew out of there? Let's dive into the whirlpool of intrigue that is the royal lodge. This splendid residence, steeped in history, has been the home to many a royal, with its current occupant being none other than Prince Andrew. However, it seems King Charles has set his sights on removing his younger brother from this regal residence. But why? There's a swirl of speculation around this. Some claim it's a punitive measure, an attempt to distance the royal family from Andrew's scandalous associations. Others suggest it's a strategic move to reclaim and repurpose the lodge for other royal uses. Yet the real reason remains as elusive as the Loch Ness monster, lurking in the murky depths of royal politics. Perhaps it's a power play? As the reigning monarch, Charles could be asserting his authority, reminding Andrew of the pecking order within the royal family. Or maybe it's a matter of optics, an attempt to minimise the public backlash against Andrew's continued residence in the lodge, a symbol of royal privilege. Some conspiracy theorists even suggest that Charles is keen to free up the lodge for his own use. After all, it's a splendid property located in the heart of Windsor Great Park, a stone's throw away from the Queen's favourite residence, Windsor Castle. But would Charles, who has his own grand estates, really covet his brother's home? In the labyrinth of royal intrigue, there are no straightforward answers. We are left to speculate as the palace remains tight-lipped, offering no insight into Charles's motivations. Is it because of Camilla? No, I doubt it. If Camilla becomes a widowed queen consort, she's going to be drinking gin straight from the bottle in her own country home, Ray Mill. This cryptic remark only adds another layer of mystery to the enigma that is the royal lodge. So where does this leave us? What can we expect from the royal family moving forward? Well, we've taken a deep dive into the royal drama, dissected the media's perspective, examined the palace's intervention, and even pondered the mystery of the royal lodge. It's clear that the royal family is at a crossroads, with King Charles's decisions being questioned, Prince Andrew's security being cut off, and the Sussexes continuing to make their mark in their own unique way. The royal saga is certainly not lacking in twists and turns. The media, with their ever-watchful eye, continue to scrutinise every royal move. It seems that the palace is caught in a balancing act, trying to manage public perception, while also dealing with internal family dynamics. The Sussexes, Prince Harry and Meghan, have certainly stirred the pot with their global tours. Despite being outside the traditional royal fold, their influence is palpable. They have become powerful figures in their own right, using their platform to highlight important charities and social issues. As for Prince Andrew, the future seems uncertain. His security being cut off by his own brother, the King, has raised many eyebrows. But one must wonder, is this a sign of Charles asserting his authority, or a desperate attempt to deflect from other issues within the palace walls? King Charles's handling of recent events has been met with mixed reactions. His approach to the Southport stabbings and the subsequent riots have been seen by some as tone-deaf. Yet, he remains on the throne, making decisions that will shape the future of the royal family. As we look to the future, we can only speculate. Will the palace change its approach to managing the media? Will the Sussexes continue their independent path? And what will become of Prince Andrew? Only time will tell. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Remember to subscribe, share the video and leave a comment. I am your loyal host, Kelly, signing off.